Technology has been on a tear this year, with the group up some 57% so far. So what trends can we expect to see as we head into the new year? Well, Rebecca Runkle, tech analyst at Research Edge, joins us now. She's got her top 10 predictions for technology in 2010. And you've identified a killer app in the parlance of our times that rhymes with schmaud.
Yes, cloud schmaud. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it. One of the top 10 predictions that we listed was this idea of cloud schmaud, or the fact that things are finally moving to the cloud. And by that, what I mean, instead of storing all of our data and all of our entertainment, our software, everything, instead of storing it locally, we'll store it in the internet so that it's centrally located and we can access it from any device that we happen to be interfacing with.
Including mobile devices.
Exactly. And I think that's, that is absolutely key. People are talking about mobility. Eric was just mentioning things that had to do with mobility, but people are not bullish enough, quite simply, on mobility. If you take a step back and just think about how much productivity and utility mobile devices will bring us, I think it's a pretty simple argument to make that the mobile internet will be bigger than the desktop internet in a couple of years.
Now, in terms of mobile products, what kind of devices will be hot, which will be on their way out?
So one of the things that I think is most interesting as you look at mobile devices is if you go back and look at the Apple iPhone introduction, basically what they did is they turned the industry on its head by bringing all of the innovation to the software layer. So now what's exciting about the iPhone, other devices are starting to mimic. And what that then means is these devices are multifunctional with many, many features. And so the idea of just making a phone call on a phone is bygone. Exactly. So within that context, as you look at standalone GPS devices, cameras, video cameras, even the Kindle, in a couple of years, and over the course of 2010, I think the same thing will happen, where those devices, standalone, feature devices, become more and more obsolete.
So the cycle will be faster than ever.
Well, I think, yes. I mean, simplistically, absolutely, because you have the innovations in the cloud, and it has to do with software, so you can iterate that innovation on a real-time basis, and that accelerates the innovation cycle quite dramatically.
Now, there's an interesting intersection of information and privacy. You expect more TMI, information overload, and at the same time, an erosion of privacy. Talk about that.
I think, as you think about what's happening with mobility, obviously local becomes very important, and the ability to access information in and around your local environment in a real-time basis becomes more relevant. And as that happens and you have that intersection with social media, yes, you lose privacy. Our bet is that ultimately the utility function that consumers and end users derive from perhaps giving up some of their privacy and information outweighs that risk.
Identify some of the companies that will be on the rise and those that will have seen their best days pass by.
Well, one of the top 10 has to do with Microsoft's decade of dominance and the fact that that will give way to Google and Apple over the next 10 years. And certainly it's debatable in terms of when Microsoft's decade of dominance actually hits, but if you look at enterprise value, Microsoft's enterprise value still dramatically outweighs both Google's and Apple's. And as you think about all of the top 10, be it mobility, location, privacy, all the things that we just mentioned, cloud, none of those outweigh or benefit Microsoft in an outsized direction. Instead, they benefit names like Google, like Apple, and like players that are really willing to and able to take advantage of those trends.
Thank you so much. Rebecca Runkle over at Research Edge.